Hello, thanks for coming. My name is Kat, and this is Aphrodite Set Free. This channel is about femininity, beauty, and energy. So I'm going to dive into today's topic, which is going to be about beauty. And I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable with you guys because this is something that is a little hard for me to talk about. I guess it's something that many girls and women face, but we don't like to talk about it because it hurts. And that is the pressure that we feel to look a certain way, and that the beauty that belongs to us inherently has become something that we feel doesn't belong to us, that we do it for others. And it's this beautiful gift that all of us girls and women have, that's a gift for ourselves, and we've been taught that it's something that doesn't belong to us. I'm not saying everybody feels this way, of course. Disclaimer, this specific video is meant for those of you who have grown up feeling a lot of pressure about beauty. Not everybody can relate to that, and that's okay. This video might not be for you then. This is for the women and girls who feel like there is this immense pressure to leave the house looking a certain way, and that when they apply their makeup and they get ready, there's anxiety with it, and it's a large part for other people's approval rather than doing it out of play, out of fun. And I myself can talk about this because since I was maybe the age 12, 13 years old, I felt this pressure since then. So for many years, to look beautiful, and that my value would come from how other people perceived me, my physical appearance. And what this led to for me personally was a lot of anxiety and attachment to beauty. I really allowed myself to fall into that control of the societal beauty box. And you can even see how I look right now. It's a very stereotypical beauty standard, I'd say, that I have done up. And I don't want to say that this form of beauty that I've created is bad, but I also don't want to say that it's I don't want to forever be being in this box that I'm in. And I want to talk about it to those who maybe can relate to me on this. And I thought of some ideas that will help empower us and flip the script a little bit, change the way of thinking so that we still are, getting ready. We're still looking however it is that we want to look, but it's coming from a place that is much more empowering. So I'm going to get into those ideas that have popped into my head, and I hope that they help if you're also struggling with this. And for now though, I'm going to talk a little bit about control and beauty as a form of control. The The top 3 forms of control that come to my mind are intelligence, money, and beauty. None of these things are inherently evil or have to be used to control, but they can be used to control. And you can see for beauty, what it has happened is that we have this tribe mentality of fitting in, and some people resist to it when it comes to beauty, but they might choose other forms of control. If you've chosen the beauty path, then what this means is that we have been programmed to believe that beauty is a certain way, a certain type. And so in that way, we are being manipulated. But then on the other hand, there is the flip side that by us choosing to try and look that way, we are also trying to control others by controlling their perception of us. It's like a form of people pleasing. You know, people who are very kind. In a way, it's manipulative when you're trying to encourage any type of reaction from somebody. That's a form of manipulation. It sounds dirty to say that maybe, but manipulation just means that it's a form of carving a path, and that's what we do as humans. We're naturally creators, we're naturally path pavers, and it's very natural to want to do this, especially if you just want safety. Deep down, we just want to be loved, we want to feel safe. And so a lot of times for us women, that would be being accepted and loved for our beauty. So in that way, we're using it as a tool, but it's also being used against us, and we're the tools for those bigger companies, right? And whoever is making the societal rules. I guess all of us kind of are in this together, right? So beauty can be used to control people, whether you're wearing the beauty or not. Beauty is a form of power. So beauty is a form of power that really takes the romance out of it. But I say this because I was never taught to see beauty as a power within myself. I always saw it as a power outside of myself. And again, this is for the people who have always been having that power outside themselves their whole life. They've never been taught or told that they hold some power within themselves. If you felt the pressure, if you've been living to give your beauty away, that when you try to be beautiful, you have a vision of trying to be so in a way that you think others will like. This video is for you and for me. So I wrote this down and I'm going to read it off because I think that this is the place that we're going towards, and this would be the ideal place to just jump to automatically. But honestly, I'm a firm believer that you can't just jump from A to C. We have to experience B too. And negative isn't always bad. I'm working on learning this myself, that negative experiences, bad experiences, thoughts, and feelings are something that we can work with to our advantage. They're valid, they're valuable, and when we judge them as unworthy, then we're going to create more suffering for ourselves, and we're not looking at the whole picture. I'm learning this, even though I fully believe it to be true, that if we want true, full freedom, then it would be to live from a place of detachment. It wouldn't be living from pushing away pain and striving for pleasure, because your choices then would still be coming from a place that is manipulated from the outside. You see the word manipulated, it just means to be carved out. So it's still being controlled. It's not full freedom when we're making choices that are judging good or bad instead of free flowing. I could go deeper into this. Just know I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't make decisions and that we shouldn't do with what resonates with us and learn to make choices that are empowering and feel good. But all I'm saying is that before we get to this ideal state of beauty as a society, we might need to do the opposite of what we've been doing first, so that then we have balance and then we can see the whole picture. Eventually, us as goddesses, we are going to be adorning ourselves with self-love that creates beauty, which inspires others. So it's both giving to ourselves and the world, but not out of pressure, out of love. And then when it comes from true love, it'll feel natural and effortless because it's something that we want to do. And that beauty then won't be in a societal box either, because it will come from the heart and not the mind. No, Lily. So before we get to that place, for those of us who can't even leave the house without feeling like we're all dolled up, and that's not from a place of pure self-love, but a lot of it is from a place of pressure. Before we get to that state, why don't we try to take it, what it has been, which is, I have these visions, take what it has been, which is the power completely being outside of yourself. It's completely about them, how you're perceived by others, how you're accepted by others, what they're going to think of you, how will you look to them, and bring it inside of yourself. Completely flip it around so it's completely inside of yourself. And this sounds, interestingly enough, tell me if you relate, to me this is easier to do, to completely do a reverse, than to go to that ideal balanced place. It's actually really easy to just flip it in your head at least it is for me, to say, I'm putting this makeup on for me because it's going to benefit me. It's going to empower me. I'm doing this so that today I get everything that I want. And when you apply your mascara, use it as if you're wielding a wand and enchant yourself and say, I'm applying this so that I will be more enchanting, and this is going to benefit me. This is going to make things go my way. And yeah, it might sound maybe a little controversial. Maybe this sounds manipulative, but as I said at the beginning, it's always been control. Even if it's from a place of unconsciousness, you're still being manipulative when you're people pleasing. So why not just put it all out on the table and let's look at everything and be aware of the choices that we're making and why we're making them, and change the why behind the choice, because right now the why is for others. So let's change the why to be for ourselves. And then after that, we will be in this vibration of power, which is new to us when it comes to looking how we want to look, feeling beautiful, feeling like we look beautiful, mixing that with power. That's something that we're not familiar with. We've never done that before. Then we can become familiar with that vibe of power. That vibration of power is closer to self-love than the vibration of people-pleasing. So once we're here, then we'll be closer to that self-love place, which will then lead eventually to that detachment of control, and then the system of it being controlling will fall away naturally. But let's get closer to self-love for now. And the whole idea behind this is that we're starting to learn to choose. We're starting to learn to choose how we feel, why we're doing what we're doing, and becoming more aware of that. So that's why I say we should, could, would. Maybe should is the wrong word, but if you're struggling, maybe this will help you, because it's definitely helping me. I can already tell you I feel a lot more peace in my life, and I have more love in my heart, because it's no longer about being accepted by others. I'm accepting myself, and then you're generating that within yourself, and you have more to give, because you're not trying to take acceptance, you're not trying to take. Then you're in a place that is naturally more like a giving vibe anyways. So let's step out of it and look at it from a different angle and use it to our advantage. I want you to know, if you have been struggling with this, there is no shame. You're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. We've been tossed in the ringer, and it sucks. It sucks to live every day putting your value and that power outside of yourself, giving it to someone else. I want you to know that I understand, and I'm supporting you. My heart reaches out to you. You are loved. I love you. And you are so much more precious than you realize. It's all within you. Your energy, your unique energy, your precious soul that is beneath the flesh. I believe in you. I believe in us. And I'd love to hear anything that you'd want to add or share about this. Any thoughts of your own. I'm here to listen. And let me know if you guys can think of any other videos that you'd want me to talk about, any other topics, because I love talking about beauty, but I'm definitely open to other things. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.